This week on Humpcast, we have the boys from Solar Haze coming in to party. Tell your mom we said Happy Mother's Day. We have news on a new Bill and Ted movie. And Tenacious D is going to bring us a sequel. You're listening to Humpcast.
Hit it already!
All right, welcome to Humpcast, everybody. The show where a couple of buds get buzzed and drink some beers and eat some Lays while we chat with the boys from Solar Haze. I totally had a bag of Lays over there that I forgot to get because I was going to eat them while I said that intro. My name's Garrett Lee.
I'm Ryan D. And today we got Solar Haze in the house. Let's just get you guys to introduce yourselves from one end to the other.
Sweet Jay.
Jason, I play bass.
Steven, I play guitar and sing.
Ryan, drummer.
Ross, guitar.
Cool. Welcome, guys. Welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It's always good. It's always good.
Hey.
So I'm trying to share this bullshit right now.
If you're watching this, you should be drinking with us.
Yeah, so if you, of course, are a avid viewer / listener, or if you're a viewer right now, you can see that we're in a brand new area of my house. Usually we go ahead and we record over at the table over there, but because of the amount of people we have, I wanted to move it over here to the living room, which Ryan D gives me shit about every single week, and it's clean.
It looks good.
Kind of.
It looks good, but you still got your douche swords on the wall.
They're not douche swords, they are ninja swords.
No, that's home protection, right?
That's
there.
home protection, son.
No,
Yeah,
you
for the guy trying to
misunderstand.
stab you.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that at any time, if there's a 1% chance that someone's going to fuck around with your house, you consider it a total possibility and you kill him with a ninja sword.
Easy, Batman.
I have a dagger. I'm not gonna lie.
All right,
to
we
you.
There you
start-
go. There you
I have a
fucking go,
dagger.
bro.
I
This
didn't
guy-
buy it. I got it as a gift, but I cherish it.
Ryan knows what the fuck is up.
Dragon
Not
dagger?
this Ryan, other Ryan.
I do.
You don't have a dragon dagger, dude.
I have two.
It's
Garrett has two
it's a
dragon
Templar dagger.
Oh.
All right, I need
But can you summon a Zord?
I could summon God with it.
some Jesus Christ. All right. Well, blasphemy aside, what's up, guys? So you have been here. How many times have you been here? Like 3, 4
This is
times
the
now?
Third. I think.
Third?
Third
Yeah, this
with
is the
me.
third
I
time.
know. I think this might be
I think
4.
it's
I want to say
I think
4.
this is
Oh, really?
4, yeah.
Oh.
We're trying.
I think, yeah. I
What's
think
the
I've
most
had you
you've ever
guys
had
on
the
twice.
same guest on for?
I think
I want to say you guys have the record right
you
now.
guys have the record.
Ooh.
Yay.
We've been doing this
Running away.
We have 4 years.
4
Thank
years
you
now.
for keep letting us come on.
Cheers to that.
Dude, fuck yeah, dude. Okay, we
Cheers.
start off
Cheers to
every
that, baby.
episode
You
with
two
an
over
alcoholic
there.
beverage of some sort.
Everybody
Cheers.
watching, cheers, you two guys. Come on.
This episode is like no other in that sense. I want to start off first asking our guests, what'd you guys bring in? I see a few different bottles and cans over there.
Let's just say beer.
I have a.
What did the Ross man bring in?
What'd you bring?
What Ryan's drinking, because he stole it from me without asking. You know, that's cool. That's cool.
What
I don't
is it,
mind. I don't mind.
Hoegaarden?
It's Hoegaarden. It's a Belgian white.
Got a nice garden full of hose over there.
A garden full of hose, slut garden.
Yeah.
There you go. Skank Garden.
So you guys are in a band.
That's a good band name, actually, to be honest. I'm going to start
What?
a band
So,
named
yeah.
Skank Garden.
Skank
80s
gar-
punk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I'm sure it's been
Nice.
touched.
I just grabbed
Have you
something
never
at
tried this before?
7-Eleven.
No, I've had it before. One of the weirdest things I've ever seen anyone do with Hoegaarden is they add olive brine to it, and they say that's a thing somewhere in Europe. And I'm like, where in Europe? Because that sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that?
No.
No.
Thankfully not. Thankfully not.
No.
It sounds pretty vile.
Keep it in Europe.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I've had Hoegaarden,
Keep it
and
in
it's
Europe.
nice. It's
Is
light.
that your attitude? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Stay there.
This is a foot we're getting off on right now.
Just build a
Podcast,
wall.
we just started. Already you're going hard.
Build a nice little wall so that you can keep your olive brine in Europe.
Yes. Just for that.
Just for that specifically. I'm going to go ahead and remind our guests who have been here 4 times to talk into the microphones when you're
Yes.
going to say stuff.
Yeah. You guys act like
He
you're
has
new.
a firm grip. So he had a firm grip. I'm too meek to ask him. I'm too meek. I'm
Don't
sorry.
ask, just take.
So welcome,
That's the
guys.
American way.
You guys are here because you have a short little tour going on, right?
Yes, we do. We got a few dates coming up. In where are we going? Next, starting this month.
We're doing.
We actually
No,
Jason has the dates. Let him
Next
run 'em.
one's coming up on May 17th at in Long Beach. May 25th in Laguna Niguel. May 26th in
With
Riverside.
Laguna Niguel, we're playing with a controversial band on
Black
Black
Pussy.
Pussy from
Black
Oregon.
Pussy.
Everyone's been
Ooh.
giving them shit, but it's all like,
yeah,
what,
also
man.
got
For what?
What
Great
are they
Electric
getting?
Why, for the name?
Because they're
Because of the
named.
name, yeah.
Because of their name.
Why the pussy
It's
gotta
ba-
be
it's
black?
Black pussy.
It's based
Hey,
off
sounds
of
awesome.
that old roll. Because Brown Sugar from Rolling Stones was originally going to be called Black Pussy, but then they're like, no, you can't put that song out, so they changed to Brown Sugar. So I'm pretty sure it's a
Why
homage to
I
that.
so good.
And they're a bunch of white dudes too, so people get pissed off. About
Oh, who cares?
Oh.
I
They're
feel
a
like
good
they're
band.
praising it.
They're a good band.
They are, but
Right?
people take it the wrong way.
Well, that's stupid. It could mean a lot of things. It could just mean a black cat.
It's true.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
whatever we want to make it.
Even if it means
But who the
straight
fuck
up,
calls cats pussies anymore?
It's a great band name.
People
That's all
talking
that
about
matters.
pussy.
It's literally like people talking
Old
about
ladies.
pussy, trying
Old
to
ladies.
deflect
You get
the
it?
fact that they're talking about pussy.
trying to be cute?
Because vagina.
All right, what else we got?
Yeah, where you at?
And then June we're in. We got actually a 3-day run coming up. May 31st, June 1st with Space Vacation and Zamani.
Those guys are from San
doing
Diego. I
L.A.,
think.
San Diego, and Orange County at the Doll Hut.
What spots are you? I'm playing a show at the Doll Hut.
Those are,
next Saturday.
Those are
That's a
metal
local show
assault
for me.
shows.
Hey,
by
Doll
the
Hut's
way.
starting to
Metal
move up
assault.
in the world right now. More like
There's a lot.
every time we play, more people are starting to show up there. Like I feel like everything's starting to get a little
Oh yeah.
better now.
Well, that's
yeah.
great. When do you guys? What's the date on the Doll Hut?
Doll Hut is June 2nd.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Then 2 more dates with High Priestess.
Yes. High Priestess
Ferns
is great.
Cocktails
They've
in
been around
Long
a
Beach.
while, no?
And
High
then
Priestess?
closing that run
I
out
thought so,
with
but
the
they just
Viper.
started.
Really?
Like a year.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Priestess probably. Obviously, yeah,
Maybe.
Priestess. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there's an older band called High Priestess because I thought the same thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize they were a new band.
Well,
I thought
that's
they were-
one thing that I've always had a question about is like, what happens if like a band from the late 2000s wants to name their band something that was already taken in like the 80s, but then they're broken up? Like, is that
Technically, they-
allowed? Like,
Yeah, I mean, legally they can do it. I think it's after like 5 years of that not being an active band.
what is the most famous non-active band that someone could just take their name right now? Then.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's a
Well, actually,
band.
I know. I think it was Nirvana. There was a '60s band with the same name, and obviously, when they when you become that big, they forget about the original.
Right,
band anyway.
yeah.
Well, if you said 5 years, can I just
like
start a band?
Ghost.
I
had
can
an
start a
American-
band named Nirvana right
Go-
now, right?
There was another band
No,
named
because I'm
Ghost.
pretty sure they keep paying for the copyright to
Yeah,
keep the
yeah.
name.
Oh, because
yeah.
now they copyright it. Okay, but like if you pull something out of your ass from like
Yeah,
the
exactly.
70s or the 60s, well, they probably
That's
did
how they used to do
copyright it.
back
It'd
in
be
the
fine.
day.
Well, it depends how popular the band were, because you can't call yourself the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But also they have.
I got
yeah,
a new band. It's
they have
a
to still
hardcore
be-
band. It's called the Beatles.
They have to still be selling records. I think like that's like the legal binding thing. Is like if I guess if they don't sell or whatever, like depending. Yeah, exactly like you said. Because I looked into this because my fiance's band was looking for a name, and I had to like Google some shit for them, and it was like I was like.
Everything's taken.
Everything's taken, but I was like, this band is from like 1985, and they haven't come out with a record since like 1988. So so
Go for
like,
it.
You guys will be fine. Yeah, like no one's fucking looking for this band to watch their shows. From the UK in 1986 or something.
Like, finally they're coming back in
Yeah.
Omani.
I know, right? Everyone shows up to a bar. What the fuck?
Yeah, and it also does depend on region too. So like, let's say you're on like Reverb Nation, and you're like, oh, there's a New York band that kind of has a similar, but maybe you spell it different. Then you can be like, well, but we're in LA. Like, no one's gonna confuse us.
Do certain capitals in
Yeah.
certain places.
Right,
Turn a
right.
letter around.
Mhm.
Now you're a different band.
Right, exactly.
Or,
exactly.
or you're 5 Oler Haze or something.
Or add the to the front of it.
What
or
did
something.
Ghost have to
Right,
do?
yeah.
Ghost had to like go
For
BC.
one album, they had to go.
Yeah, there
be
was
Ghost
another.
BC.
There was like an emo band or something, like an emo fucking alternative band or something.
There was Bison. They had to put
Bison
BC
was
as
BC.
well. They were
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, and
There's quite a few bands like it happens in Europe. Especially when you're a small band starting out.
and you're.
Look at
I've
the
seen
name,
it
it's
happen.
like-
Entombed
I've
as
seen
well.
it happen
You know.
more times with European bands coming to the U.S. because the
Yeah.
states have. Yeah. Exactly what you were gonna say. That I cut you off.
Pretty much.
This is Ryan.
You're stealing his
You'll get used to
thunder.
it.
Stealing
Maybe
his
you won't.
thunder.
And then we're playing the Rainbow 2. Was that July 3rd?
That's July, yeah. July
Yeah.
3rd,
Didn't you play at
hitting
the
the
Rainbow?
rainbow.
I saw you guys play at the
Played
Rainbow.
it a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blaze the Thunder.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
doing that with Gato Fetto.
Great band.
So yeah, we
Great
got some
band.
stuff
Band.
coming up.
Did they do anything now to like have a better spot for bands to play there or
It's
I
outside
have no
now.
idea.
It's
As far-
outside.
You know,
It's
they were
outside
doing it
now.
outside, but I don't know. I saw a video of somebody else, and they were playing inside somewhere.
Yeah,
so
like
I don't
on
know
the
if they got a
second
back
story or
room
something.
I
Yeah,
hope it's
you know,
outside.
I mean, it's
I have no idea.
anytime
so
we played, it was
we'll find out.
upstairs in that weird loft.
Well, yeah. There's the upstairs bar, so
Like,
if-
that's just
I mean,
the
if that's
attic,
where it
you know?
happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Right on.
We're playing in the attic.
Nice.
But my cousin Old Shepherd played there recently, and I missed it. But
we
you
play
guys
with Old
played with Old
Yeah,
Shepherd.
they're great. Did they
Was
play
that
outside or
at
inside?
the airfield or something?
And they played inside. Oh, you played with them in Riverside.
At that airport.
Yeah.
Also, I believe
The
I believe there was a
airport.
little festival. What was that called? Hump Fest.
That was when you played with them the first time.
That was the first
That
time.
was the
we
first time
were-
we
You
Yeah.
played there
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good spot. I know. It was a great
Uh-huh,
spot.
That was a really good spot.
That was like 2 years ago. A year?
No, it was like
No,
it was
more than a year.
About
but-
a year and a half.
Two years ago, I think.
Yeah.
It was a great time, man. We had so that was. I mean, I think that might have been the last time I really hung out with you guys. Was at that that show.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is a really good time. You weren't in the band yet, right? No.
Hey, you're
No.
new.
No.
What's up?
Yeah, he's
I'm the new guy.
So how long?
The new guy.
So when did you join?
We started jamming around January. I'm looking to these guys for reassurance.
I
I don't want to say anything wrong.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
I
that was
think- I
around
think-
that time. It was like after Christmas.
Yeah, because we started talking about it a little before that. Because I met them the same way Jason did, because we played in another band together.
Oh, okay.
And it was like the second show we played. Ryan and Stephen were playing as a two-piece. You know, we played countless shows with them, so that's about 3 years plus.
So we're like, all right, Ross. Because
Yeah.
Patrick is doing his thing right now. So it was just us three
Pat-
jamming.
Patrick was the other guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still the homie. Still
and
the homie.
He's
Yeah.
going. He's
Just
going to
put that out
school.
there.
He's
Just like
he's married. He's going to school. He's
Yeah, you know,
Oh,
people
taking
I
care of
see,
his
I
life.
see, I
people
see.
do stuff.
That happens.
he may be back at some point, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Three
just
piece
like
fucking
Time will tell.
Lizzie.
we
Are you
have a
gonna-
homie. Rest in peace, Ricky
Rest
C.
in peace, Ricky C. He's got a.
He's still fucking. He's cool. He's just dead. But from time to time, he'll come back to life.
It's true. We have to summon him from Satan.
It takes a while,
Yeah.
and a dragon dagger, or at least 2. We have 2 now, so we could get 2 dragon
So you
daggers.
guys were in a band together already.
Yes.
Correct.
So how long have you been in the States?
Hold
If
the
you don't
fuck
mind-
up. You're not from here.
If you don't mind me asking.
I correct me if I'm wrong. You have an accent.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
Right.
Yeah. So go. It's
Yeah.
quite thick.
It's
quite thick.
it's a Chicagoan accent, is what that is. I was picking up on it with my ears.
Just
You
that-
want to show him? Why
It's
don't
that
you show him your?
California
Why don't you
bubble
show
you
him
live in.
your? Why don't you
No,
show him your Scottish?
I'm not that drunk. I'm not that drunk.
Need some whiskey for that.
Oh no.
You have a
Give me a
Scottish
drunker.
accent impersonation?
I'm really good at old
Finish
white
this and
men
do it.
from Europe, so I can do
Dude,
Scottish. It bleeds into Irish depending on what I'm how drunk I'm at.
It always winds up being an old Japanese guy. So
and then when I'm full drunk, it goes is old Japanese.
it always
guy.
sounds like an old Japanese guy. So I always give him a hard time because he's like, I'm working on my voices.
No,
And I'm like, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Come on.
well, no, I can't do it when I'm drunk. 'cause
That's
every
like
time-
Joey
I can't-
from Friends.
It's like literally when the drunker I get, the more
Well, you're not-
mishmash.
you're
my
not drunk
fucking
yet.
things.
Yeah.
I'm already like 3 drinks in, and they're all okay. But either way, at some point I'll bring it out for you.
We're gonna
Okay,
do it
Roman.
before the end of the
Okay.
show.
Before the end of the show.
Sounds good.
Guaranteed
Okay.
before the end of the show. All right.
Okay, so
how long? Yeah.
When did you move to the States?
I've been here for I think it's 6 years this year.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've lived here with my wife the whole time. Obviously, I don't know
Oh,
why I would
okay.
be here without
yeah.
her. She went to Scotland for university. We met there. You know, it's sort of romantic love
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Ran to Las Vegas.
Nice.
Shotgun,
Oh, wow.
shotgun wedding.
Sweet.
Moved back to Scotland.
That's what I want to do now.
Came back here. Yeah.
A shotgun wedding?
Well, not a shotgun wedding.
Oh, you want to do a shotgun at a
yeah,
wedding?
yeah.
$89
yeah.
at the courthouse. That's
Yeah.
how I did it.
I just want to talk
Yep.
Elvis into it.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I want Elvis to do it for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair
That
enough.
was an option.
That's
Never
an
went
option.
for that.
That's always an option.
I was a
in
little
Vegas,
too
yeah.
tacky.
But I want like fat, like suicidal Elvis.
That's probably an option too.
Sitting on the toilet
Yeah,
as he
yeah.
managed it.
Anyway, so you moved here 6 years ago, and did you? Okay, I think that you guys are all from San Gabriel Valley, though, right? So is that where?
Me and Ryan, but these guys are from the OC.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were Orange County. So,
Represent.
so you went. Represent. He says it
and correct
as
me
he
if I'm
says
wrong.
it with a Scottish
Correct
accent.
me if I'm wrong. You guys are related, right?
Kind of, yeah, by blood.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, weird.
Try not to be. but-
I'm picking up on shit sometimes. All right, cool.
You see things.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys shared a needle once?
After like 4 appearances, I'd hope you'd pick up on that.
You have a similar look. A little
Yeah,
bit
in the
about
face, a little bit in the face.
you. A little bit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
You got it.
I didn't see it. until you pointed it out.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just right now. I have a keen
really
sense.
Good, yeah.
I have a keen
You
sense
got a
for
good
it.
eye there.
Sniper. All right, cool.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, so that's
to me.
I'm always fascinated by people who make that big jump because it's kind of it's
Fascinated by people who are married. Is what you said.
no, not married, you dumb fuck. Who moved from a different continent to the United States.
I am
How
too.
can
Don't
you
worry about
But
it.
also, how can you commit yourself to another person?
No, another country is
Another
different.
country. Yeah, it's more of a big step, I guess, for you. Yeah,
Actually, I guess a marriage would be bigger.
it should be, but it's not for a lot of people.
Yeah. Anyway, she was pregnant, obviously, right?
No.
You said shotgun wedding.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's pregnant.
Oh, usually what it means.
I think
here.
it does mean she's pregnant.
That's usually what that means.
That's what
No,
that
I have to
means.
look it up.
It just means
Because the term came from
From
the dad showing up with a
showing
shotgun.
to make sure you married his
Yeah.
daughter if
Oh.
you rocked her up.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize.
I don't know if
I have been misled this whole time.
Okay, you're like, hold the fuck up. I'm out then.
Yeah.
It got lost in
Okay,
translation.
we eloped.
different
Hello.
cultures.
That's a
different-
better word.
different-
That's the word I
That's
should
a
have
better-
used.
Okay.
Yeah, we done that,
Okay.
and then we went back.
And then
to
you
Scotland.
moved. And then you moved out here to Orange County.
Well, she came back to Scotland after a few months because we got married when we were on vacation.
Oh, so she
essentially.
was an American from Orange County. Went to Scotland. I got you.
Yes.
Get
yes.
you now. I understand. Okay.
And then I moved here
I met these fucking
and
idiots.
met these guys. I met
We
obviously.
met on 420.
Yeah, I met Jason through Craigslist, as
Craigslist.
all good love
Always
starts.
happens,
You know,
yeah.
Casual
Yeah.
encounters, actually.
Yeah,
It
I
had
know.
nothing to do with the band. Casual
Jesus on a
encounters.
dinosaur.
Jesus on a
That's-
dinosaur.
That's just how it goes. Craigslist really has sparked some great.
Dude,
Well, it's-
High
it's-
Priestess, they met on Craigslist. They all met on Craigslist.
That's how you meet all your bandmates.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
Well, yeah, we met on Craigslist too.
So did the Beatles
Yeah.
and Nirvana. They all did.
Weird.
Kiss met on the Craigslist of back in the 70s with newspapers.
Kiss met at a fucking bar
Newspapers.
mitzvah.
Casuals. That was a Craigslist back then.
Kids met at Gene Simmons' bar mitzvah.
Okay. So real quick, I know there's a few people that don't actually know what your sound is like, or your music is like. Do you want to kind of give it a description and kind of a quick bio?
it's
I feel
yeah.
like you do it every single time, but
It's
I
kind of
just
like when Jesus
When
Jesus
Jesus makes
met
rock.
Fergie.
then he meets
No,
Fergie.
it's
Jesus
like,
on a dinosaur.
It's rock, it's metal, it's stoner.
It's raw and it's real. All right, people. The next song you're about to hear is a song, when you want to get pumped. It's nice, it's fast paced, it's got a good solo, it gets you to where you need to go.
It's a good.
It's called United Minds.
Let's hear it.
Where do we need to go?
Where do you need to go? Oh yeah, so
Outer space.
Outer space.
let's go ahead and I guess
Sounds good.
that's gonna be the cue. We're
It's a
gonna play
good
that
intro.
now.
That was a good intro.
That was a great intro.
You can look to the end of time and you see the world is hanging on the line. Keep warning that the time has come. They just closing their eyes so they can have their fun. In the vision, you will see lakes filled with fire, skies turning green. Open your eyes, there's some time. Gather and fight and you might just survive. Truth is no one wants to think they're wrong. They just want to live their lives enjoying the sun.
Jeez.
Hey.
That was a Solar Haze original.
There we go.
All of our songs are originals,
Well,
but that was also an
thanks
original.
to James Hess. He
Double
said,
original.
sounds horrible. Sounds like someone's playing it on their phone.
They said it sounds bad, but if you want to hear a better version of that
Thanks,
song, you
James.
can check out our
Yeah.
Bandcamp, which is solarhazeband.bandcamp.com.
Boom, exactly.
To hear a better version of that song and the rest of our album.
It sounded great on my headphones.
Yeah,
so-
that was the weird thing. If you want to complain, talk about Facebook, because apparently Facebook Live makes all of the shit that we play audio-wise sound horrible.
It's really weird because it should sound crisp and clean. You
yeah,
guys
like
all heard
we're
it.
all, we're all
We're
listening
playing
through
it
our
the
headphones. I'm like, yeah, this is great. And then Ryan was literally telling me right now, if you're watching, he's like, apparently every time you play a song on Facebook Live, it just sounds horrible on Facebook Live, not the audio. So if you're listening, should sound great, should sound fine. But the Facebook Live thing is just not.
How
doing
are they
great.
going to hear the next song we play?
You can go to SoundCloud /
Bandcamp.
Humpcast and then listen to that. Or you can go to Bandcamp,
Two
right?
conflicting plugs. Nice. Never seen that before.
It happens.
What was it? Bandcamp / bandcamp.com
Solar
/
Haze Band
Solar Haze Band
dot
bandcamp.com.
.com.
That's-
Go visit it. You can listen to the album, and then if you like it, you could even buy it.
That's how I listen to the
We got shirts.
I would buy it.
You can buy the album on Bandcamp. It's crazy, dude.
What? That's
Yes.
Okay,
amazing.
go buy, and then you can listen to it
guys-
whenever
James,
you want.
Get the album on Bandcamp.
You
So
guys,
Yeah, James
check it
Hess.
out.
you
Check
guys
it
aren't
out.
on
Yeah.
iTunes, Spotify, nothing like that?
For right now, we're on Bandcamp. We're going to be on Spotify and YouTube in the next couple weeks. So don't even trip out,
YouTube?
people.
And you,
YouTube will
You
probably be
got
on YouTube in like next few
YouTube is
days.
like the lowest bar, and you say like it's an
you know what?
achievement.
YouTube is where
We're
it's
gonna
at
be on
nowadays.
YouTube. Be on the lookout.
so you do got to be on
You got to be on
though.
YouTube.
You gotta
That's
be
You
on-
got to
entry-
be on
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah,
people.
That's entry level.
Yeah, you got to be on YouTube though.
What just happened right now?
Get that shit away from me.
They help traded microphones.
Okay.
Nice.
So how long you guys been rocking it for a while? How long now? It's been 5
Well,
years. I mean, you
the
guys,
two-
Yeah, you've been doing
you guys
good-
have literally been a band as long as we've been a
The
podcast.
two of us have
Probably.
been playing since we were like 15,
the
16, so about 10
womb.
years, and probably then too. And
And then with these guys, this guy joined probably like a year and a half ago,
So
2 years ago, 2
a
years
year
ago,
and a half, 2
year
years
and a half.
ago, somewhere.
Really?
And then this guy joined like a year ago, 6 months ago.
6 months.
6 months ago.
6 months.
So, and the good thing is, like, I've been able to see like a nice improvement in the crowd. Because before, like, me and my brother, like, oh, there'd be 2 or 3 people. Jason joins, there's like, oh, 4 or 5 people. And then, like, the last shows, thank you. Also, I want to give a shout out to Andrew from Metal Soul, because he's been putting together some really good shows.
Great guy.
Good guy, good
Yeah.
guy, good
yeah,
guy.
go to Metal Soul. You can read a lot of
Music
album
reviews.
reviews. music
This guy writes for
reviews.
Metal Soul.
Yeah, I write
Do
for
you
Metal
really?
Soul.
He writes for
Nice.
Metal Soul. But
Yeah.
We were
anyways,
trying to get him on the show.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Really?
better come on the show now.
Yeah,
Talk to
yeah.
her.
Promote these
Andrew.
shows.
Gotta come on the show.
But yeah, he
I'll
does a
buy
really
one.
good job
I
of.
wanted to have him in here when he was going through that drama with the rainbow and then the dude.
Oh,
yeah.
that was some
Oh,
drama.
Yeah, so I wanted to have him on here to kind of talk about the whole
He'll
thing.
have some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
We
even more
love
so
both
than
the
that.
Rainbow and Andrew equally.
Yeah, he's a good promoter. He knows how
You're
to
not
put
taking
together.
sides in that one.
He knows how
He's-
to put together.
He's a
good shows.
promoter and a friend.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
good guy.
yeah,
He's
he's
a
good. He
very
puts
good guy.
together.
Now and it's funny because I saw him at my cousin's show at the Whiskey, and now he's hooking him up with shows. Too,
Yeah.
so.
So he knows how to put together
He's
shows.
good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
he's
All the
really
shows
good.
are always packed. So Metal Soul show.
Yeah.
If you see that shit on Facebook, if you see it's sponsored, if you see anything, and you're like, you know what am I going to do this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any night that Metal Souls is hosting, show up to that
It's
shit.
always gonna be a good show.
Do it.
The only thing, like, do you find yourself because you've been doing it so long now? Do you find yourself just like seeing dudes and or names and all these promoters you're just like, nope, not dealing with that
Passing
guy, not
through-
dealing
yeah,
with
we
that
seen
guy, not dealing with
We've seen promoters come and go.
And one or two. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
there's
one or two, maybe just one.
But
And
I mean, I'm
it's-
not
it's
saying
always-
this just to say this, but Andrew's been good.
Andrew's been
Yeah, yeah,
incredible. He's
absolutely.
the best.
there's a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of good
sure.
ones, and there's really with as many good ones as there are, there's only a couple.
It's a
that
spectrum.
are,
It's like
that
everything.
are kind of really bad. So
Good
I'm
ones,
just-
bad ones. It's all of them.
sometimes it's the venue, it's not the promoter.
Right.
it's a lot of different
right.
things.
It's always tougher when you're a band though too, like figuring out who you want to work with and who you can't work with.
Right,
Trial and
right,
error.
exactly.
It's
Trial
like-
and error, people. Gotta fall, gotta
Yeah.
get up.
Well, when you start out, you don't really have a choice.
You don't really have a choice,
So that's the thing.
exactly.
Once you've been going as long as these guys have, or we had in the other band,
Yeah, absolutely.
You start to meet different people. You get more options here and there. So when you're starting out, that tends to be when you get like a lot of shitty
I guess
promoters.
what the point I was trying to make was is that like especially in this town, like it's easy to get fucked.
Yeah,
It's
it
easy
is.
to get treated unfairly.
Right?
And-
So super easy to
See,
get
see,
fucked in this
see.
town. I like it. It's a town.
Dude, when we first started, that's all that was happening. Me and this guy, we used to have to bust out like $150, $200 out to pay up front to play a show.
What the
yeah.
shit?
Yeah, because you had to cover the tickets and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
a lot of venues still do that too.
A lot of
But,
venues do
yeah.
it now as a new policy.
As a new one, no.
Not,
When you're young,
not as new as you'd think.
Well, I know,
You
but
know,
I mean,
a lot
like,
of them
I
have been
mean,
doing it for a long
I
time.
mean, places that I don't play that much anymore. I mean,
Right,
as a
right.
musician or anything like that. But it's like,
but yeah, a lot more are doing it.
but
yes,
that's what I
you know.
mean. Like, it's an old thing that like other venues are starting to pick up now to do to try and basically get money out of new musicians.
Yeah, it also depends on like who you're playing with
Do you
too.
still
Sometimes
play
they
in
get
Blaze
a
of
good
Thunder?
touring
No.
band coming through and they got
No.
to do.
but yeah,
I do still play. I do still play, and I have like a few little projects here and there, but it's strictly for fun. I'm not really like, I'll play a show here and there,
But
but
chasing the dream.
not really. No, I mean I do stand up, so like that's completely different monster in itself, and I'm getting fucked on a regular basis on that. So
well, that's the good thing about the show we're doing in Riverside, the May 26th one. It's a Saturation Fest, and it's a DIY festival. So it's
Uh-huh.
like they close out the downtown district of Riverside,
oh really? Yeah.
and all the bars there are hosting like different bands, different
Oh,
art
that's
shows,
awesome. That's
and
awesome.
stuff like that. So it's one of
And
the
when is that?
places.
It's
May
May
26th to
26th.
Sat-
May
Yeah.
26th.
So that's
Go
this
to
month.
The
Fuck.
DIY festival
And it's
in
free.
Riverside.
Saturation Fest.
Saturation Festival.
Saturation Fest. Check it
At
out. It's bumping.
MTL.
We're playing with Old Blood too. Those
Oh,
guys are
Mission
good.
Yeah,
Tobacco
we're
Lounge.
playing at
Those guys are
MTL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've
yeah.
done stand up there.
Oh yeah, is it good?
Yeah.
Is it a good spot?
It's a cool
Nice.
spot. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you are, beer.
There you go. Finally, you found him.
I had to comment on that beer. It's, like
So
I love
pub
these guys,
beer.
but this looks like the lowest class thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
pub beer?
Just pub
No,
beer.
So this is
It's
something. This is
crazy.
10 barrel.
Beer.
Is
ale.
it
Beer.
good beer or
It's
is
beer
it just
beer.
a really
It's pretty good
bad
beer.
label?
It is.
Yeah.
They're actually just like, we don't need like a fancy label with like cool graphics or whatever. Let's just put out a good beer and a very
It's a very
normal
basic
thing.
lager, but
Yeah, it's a basic lager, but I mean it's a good beer as far as lagers go.
5% alcohol.
This
that's pretty
is
decent.
is no Budweiser. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's back home. Like you get beer like this, but it's like 20 cents a can.
yeah.
It's that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Try it.
Garrett's got 4 cans of this some malt liquor.
Yeah,
That's-
so there's different classes of beer, and I had a very interesting conversation with
Not too
my
bad.
liquor store owner literally right before the show. So I go in there. It's probably about 2 p.m. So it's pretty hot. We're in Southern California where it's like 85 degrees right now, or I mean at least at midday. And so I go in there and I'm like, I see IPAs, I see a few Belgian sours.
I see a red moon rising.
Yeah,
I mean a bad moon rising.
Bad Moon Rising. And then I go in
Hey,
there
we've
and I'm like,
covered that, haven't we?
I'm like, it's
Yes.
fucking hot. And then I see this one shelf, and it says 2 24-ounce cans of malt liquor for $2. So that's $1 a can. And I'm like, I've had these before too. They're fine.
I had the dignity of paying $2 a can for this.
Well,
Yeah.
congrats
Nice.
for you. I bought
You have
4
class.
cans. I got 4 cans of Hurricane, which is malt liquor, and it is refreshing and light and 8% alcohol.
That's
So-
that shit, bro. It's funny though because I don't know where the fuck you were. We went to high school together, so I don't know where you were when I was drinking these fucking cans in the wash. And
I've
throwing
never
up on
had
myself.
this Hurricane my entire life. I think
Sounds like my
I've
life.
had those the
Yeah.
entire life.
Yeah, and so when he's like, dude, have you ever had these before? I was like, oh, get those away from me, Jesus Christ!
You already had enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Like,
crack
of
one open right
course.
now. Actually,
Like, I
I'm
was
gonna
like-
let you guys. Does anyone here like tequila?
Yes and no.
Yes. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like it
that's
after
the
you
right
drink
What does
answer.
that mean?
This one is a jalapeno margarita. It's a little watered down now because the ice all melted. But if you want to try some of this, go for it. I'm gonna
Is it
grab one of my
spicy?
hurricanes.
I'll take a little.
Not spicy, but you can taste the jalapeno. I'll be right back.
You
Ryan,
put a
go.
jalapeno- Right. What am I
top.
grabbing? Oh, what am I grabbing?
I don't know alcohol, but it tastes good.
Can you grab? Wait, grab me
tastes
one of
very
my
good.
beers too.
Pretty good.
So Ryan, How long have you been doing comedy for?
Oh, we're switching this around.
Yeah, we are.
Interviewing you now.
Yeah.
Now I'm Ryan. You're Ryan.
4.5 years, 4 years, something like that. Yeah.
Feels like you've been doing it longer.
I've been doing it as long as I've been doing this podcast.
Okay.
So.
How are your turnouts usually?
No, I started the week I started this podcast. Yes. Yeah. So that's how I'm able to. Kind of. Or what's the word I'm looking for? Measure it, I guess. But it's right now. It's weird because like I got fired from my job, but thank you. I needed money to go do spots. Like I had like my whole month of like April and May were filled up. March, April, May. I had like months filled up of shows, but it's doing like $20 and like 2 beers. That's what I'm getting when I go to these shows. It's 2 beers, $20.
Solar Haze life.
Whatever, So
do we even get beers and bucks?
We get beers, no bucks.
Once in a while.
Beers, no bucks.
No, it's fireworks. But
I live in Monterey Park, which has a lot of people that like to have fireworks.
well, you're borderline East LA, so that's where
It's
I'm at.
East
That's
LA.
where I live right
Okay,
now.
here's the thing. It's East LA who love fireworks, and it's a lot of Asians who invented fireworks. So they're
Yeah.
all shooting fireworks right now.
Lots of bangs.
Also, I'm right by a park, which is apparently going to have some sort of like carnival going on.
War? Oh.
No, this is a carnival. so they do like celebrations here all the fucking time. So sometimes I'm like, I wake up in like a cold sweat, and I'm just like, what the fuck's going on? It's just that there's a carnival down the street.
That's how I felt growing up in La Puente for a long time, waking up hearing gunshots,
La Puente?
hearing helicopters.
Yeah. I'm actually
well,
in a very safe neighborhood. There's no gunshots here. Like the police station is literally 2 blocks
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
That must be
So
nice.
no one's fucking around in this
I
neighborhood.
had a meth lab 2 blocks away. I had a meth lab. My next door neighbor.
It was yours?
Nice. Good job, dude. Where's that
And then
money
the
at?
fucking cops took it. I can't believe it.
Dang.
But
Alright.
anyway, just to
Well,
wrap up what you
this is the hurricane. If anyone wants to try it.
just to wrap up what you asked me real quick is just basically I needed money to do spots, so I'm not doing spots right now because I don't have gas to get to where I need to go, and I'm like completely in a hole. And the only way I make money doing stand-up is when I produce my own stand-up shows, which I do at bars.
You gotta do it all yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that works out. I host show. I mean, so like I'm looking for new spots to do that. I might be doing some new. I have a few new rooms that I'm starting up.
Merch is where it's at, man.
No, there's that too. So there's that, but that's exactly
So, like, kinda the only way to make money doing shows.
Like I paid my rent on just T-shirt sales when I was like for like a few months. It was just I just had T-shirts to sell. So
Well, one of the things that I've realized growing up now, especially in entertainment, is you really just have to do your own shit. Like people want to be like, okay, let's see, I'm an actor. I love acting. However, if I sit back and just like, here's my headshot, here's my reels, get me
no
a
one's
job,
gonna do it for
no
you.
one's gonna fucking hire me. So then I became a writer. I became a producer. I haven't directed anything, but I'm getting more involved in the making of the actual project than just being in it. Same thing with music, I would imagine, and comedy. You start your own shows. This is my festival. This is my comedy show. This is
We
this.
basically produced and recorded our own album.
Right.
Actually, both.
Exactly.
Mine and Ross' earlier band, Sungrinder. We did that album pretty much in their studio.
in our studio.
And it's
You know,
amazing.
so-
So many
Awesome.
people, so many more people
Done it all
respect
ourselves.
that.
That's
than
that's
than
awesome.
just
The
even if you're a great actor or a great musician or a great comic, like just seeing your one stand up or your one show. If they're like, oh, you've been doing this for a while and you've been doing your own shows, they're like, yeah, I'll fuck with you.
Everybody
because they
loves
know
grit.
you want. They know you want to work. Is why.
Yeah, they all love that grit.
Yeah. And
Well,
that's,
and
that's,
the
that's why.
DIY thing
Plus-
is it's something that got lost within the years, and like the whole idea that not that everyone can do it.
Also, I
not
found-
everyone can do it, but not everyone's good
Yeah,
enough.
like
I found my
I mean,
bag of
it's-
Lay's from the opening.
oh
I
shit.
think it's one of the benefits of record companies sort of going, not under,
the
but
big ones.
essentially
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
I mean, it does suck because as a band, you'll never get that $1 million contract anymore. But it means that bands who actually get popularity, they have to work for it, so they've
Sure.
got a real fan base as
Yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to just being a fad
But
and popping up. Which I think, how many bands in the past,
And
had
they can
just
do
a
it how
year or
they
two
want
and
it.
They were gone,
And
but
they're gone,
nowadays,
yeah.
And
most bands it's just through tour.
Yeah,
through
yeah,
work and work.
And they're
work.
doing it how they want it too, without
Yeah,
any
absolutely.
outside influence
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah, like what you were telling us earlier, how you printed your own CDs at work
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. we pretty much we did the same thing like the album cover because we looked online at what was it, like Songkick or something, whatever, CD Baby or something like that. Like we checked 50 CDs is like $300.
Yeah.
Well, we have the artwork, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just Google CD printing templates?
Yeah.
Fucking find a Microsoft Word document, just get the album,
There you go.
That's what I did.
and then go to FedEx and print out like 20 album covers for like $2, $3
Exactly.
or something.
Exactly.
You
That's-
just kind of have to MacGyver things sometimes.
You guys, by the
Yeah.
way, you know that your song is my theme song for my.
Yeah,
other
I
podcast,
love it,
right?
dude. I love watching.
Did
it
you not
and-
ask them?
No, of course I asked
Yeah,
Ryan.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, of
It-
course.
No, 'cause it's like,
it's
do you
been,
know
it's
that
been for a while,
Yeah.
right?
Which
Yeah.
song?
I just don't know if he told the
I
rest
love
of them.
watching all of your guest reactions when the song's playing.
Oh, when the song's playing,
They
yeah,
all
yeah.
seem to really like it.
Yeah, it's always a great song.
So it's
It's
a
the,
good
what
feeling.
it's the opening song. I forget what is it. What song is it?
Hawk in the Wind.
Hawk in the Wind. That's
We
right,
open
yeah.
up. We open up a lot of shows with it, but we shift to.
It's a heavy song.
You may have heard this on Ryan Dade's podcast.
I gave you
But,
guys I give you guys a shout out every time I do a show.
I know.
so-
I watch.
Yeah.
And I
Solar
appreciate it.
Haze.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love it.
Yeah. But we got to get you on. I'm stealing your guests here on Humpcast, but we got to get one of you guys. One of you.
I was
One
like,
or
we've
two
known
of you
them
guys.
forever. You're
There's
good.
too many of you here for my podcast because I only got a 4 foot by 4 foot apartment.
If you
We can squeeze in.
I was telling him earlier, I want to do it because
you
there's
think
a
this
lot
is
of shit
small,
that I know you'd want to talk
Yeah.
about. It'd be
cut
really
this living
fun.
room in half. Cut the living room in half. That's
no,
that's
it's,
the
the whole thing is probably the size of this living room. Probably.
I was gonna say, did you record in your kitchen one of the
Yes.
episodes? I was, yeah.
Those
I
are
was
all
like,
of his
This guy's
episodes.
in his
Most
kitchen
of it.
right now.
Now,
Nice.
but I've since gotten tired of moving my shit back and forth because my chick gets mad when I leave all my stuff in the kitchen. So now, I've just been doing it in the room and just kind of shifting the camera so it looks cool, sort of. Not really, not having to move everything back and forth. Just gonna have everything where it's at. Yeah. But
If it works, it works.
it does. Yeah. I mean. But anyway, I'm just saying, mad respect for you guys putting together your own little DIY tour.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're you're making it happen. I wish the best upon all of you.
Thank you. Yeah,
and,
this
and,
is
and
like,
we love your music. That's the thing. Like we wouldn't really have you.
No,
keep
you're
coming
great
back if you're a
musicians,
bad
and you're
music.
great, a great band. And I think
Thank you, thank you.
definitely have something going. And
Yeah.
I think that it's very rare in these parts, and especially at this time, this in LA and fucking especially, it's just everybody's in for it. You guys clearly enjoy what you do, and a lot of other people, they're just doing it as like some sort of skyrocket to fame or something, right? I mean, it's like when I deal with actors in
me.
stand up.
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
meet an actor in stand up, and they're a terrible comedian.
yeah.
And then I'm like,
Yeah.
but they're like, oh, but my manager said that I should do this. It really helped me out. like,
yeah, like we're
like, oh, they're gonna hate you.
we're
Okay.
trying
They
hard.
don't do it for love. They just do it
Yeah.
to get to another place.
Exactly.
And now we got a nice stage show going. We bought ourselves one fucking light. We got a fog machine. So
Fog machine.
Oh,
we're moving
shit.
up. We're moving
That's
up.
that's the
shit.
perfect
And then-
Hold the fuck
perfect
up, you gotta-
solution for an ugly drummer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like these shows, like we're doing 10 shows now, and this is nice and all, but after this, we're gonna be playing. We're trying to expand our boundaries. LA's nice. We're trying to get to San
Yeah,
Francisco,
absolutely.
Oregon.
I mean, and
Denver.
hopefully someone sees you that can really help you out.
yeah.
you
So
know?
expect that in the next few
It keeps
months,
growing.
like
It keeps
a
going.
bigger tour announcement to be coming soon.
Getting bigger and bigger.
Tell you what,
yeah.
Be ready, other
I'll do-
parts
I'll
of
do what I
America.
can.
We're coming for you. We're coming.
I'll do what I can for you. As much as I can. I'll let Whitechapel know. Okay.
Are you gonna hit up Metallica next?
Hey, but I know Ernie from Whitechapel now.
Yeah, I know. I saw the podcast. Yeah, I know you do.
Oh, I forgot that's the thing.
That was a good
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
That was a really good episode. That was
Yeah.
a really good
Yeah.
episode.
Thank you. That was my first episode.
Yeah, I know.
Second episode. Anyway.
All right, let's. All right, now we're gonna go into movie news. If you guys obviously know what the deal is. Just come on, let's talk about it. Let's
I love
fucking
it.
have a cool conversation.
I love this deal. This is my favorite
And
deal.
I forgot I muted the thing.
News, everybody.
No.
I may have some news for you. Go ahead.
Entertainment news, everybody. This just broke out. I'm not gonna get to this story. I have a question for you. News story that'll make you guys a little bit tingly in the fans. Okay, we need to move on from that. I need to get away from that real quick.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
Bitch, what the fuck?
All right.
Language.
Hey, language. All right, everybody. So, okay, let me ask this real quick. Has everyone here seen Infinity War?
No.
What the
Yes,
fuck?
We have.
Negative.
They're not going to see it. It doesn't matter.
I will. People that matter.
I'm a
have seen it.
stay-at-home dad with a 3-year-old. I can't go to the movies.
We've
Okay,
seen it.
are you,
I'll watch it on the plane next time I go home.
do you want to see it?
I will see it when I can. Yeah, absolutely.
But are you affected by spoilers and all that shit?
Not really. Honestly, I haven't seen Thor and Ragnarok. I haven't seen
Okay, fair enough.
Black Panther.
Either way,
so fuck
do
it,
you
just
wanna
talk
see
about it
these
all you want.
movies, or are you?
Yeah,
I do.
Yes,
I just
I do.
haven't had the opportunity.
Can't talk about them.
I can't spend $15
When
to
they're
go
on
to the movie.
Next
TNT.
topic.
When they're on TNT on Sundays.
I remember the Infinity War when I saw it on TNT. I was like, 2028.
I know a bunch of people die.
This is the Empire Strikes Back of our generation.
How many?
Well, that's
when did
not-
you guys see
So,
it?
If
it
we're
is-
not going to spoil the actual movie.
What I just said.
But
this is the Empire Strikes Back of our generation.
we
It's
can
not
do-
that good.
We can do
It's not that good.
similes,
It's not good.
metaphors,
What
and-
is Ryan? What
Can I ask you a
is-
question?
and things that are in the trailers. What?
What
So
is as
two
good as that?
questions. When did you see it?
Empire Strikes Back.
The first weekend
How
Saturday.
many? Did anyone cry when you saw it? Did you hear anyone crying?
Definitely multiple people.
I heard there
cried.
was kids crying around me.
Was it
Lot-
mostly
there
at
were
That's
the-
all we'll
there-
say.
there
That's
were-
all we'll say. There were
There
kids
were
crying.
adults
I can
crying.
imagine kids
There was
watching
a-
their
I fucking
favorite
cried.
superhero.
There was a fucking kid dressed as Spider-Man. Dressed as
Oh
Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man's dead.
Sitting right next to me, sobbing the whole time. The whole movie.
That is the greatest.
Why did you
oh
take
my
me to
God.
this movie?
It was very sad.
Mom?
Nice.
Yes. So that happened. Obviously,
That's
this,
a way to kill the franchise.
Dude,
I'm not
it's
gonna-
comic books.
We
dude.
don't know they're really
Dude,
dead.
it's
though,
comic
bro.
books.
Right.
Never ending.
Yeah,
The thing
exactly.
is that people freak out because like, oh, they're dead. What are they gonna do? And it's like, motherfuckers,
Reboot.
you guys haven't even read a comic book. This is how I know that you guys don't even understand what's happening. If you read a comic book, you know that
Right,
these people
right.
die every 5 days.
and in all honesty, to be honest, there's literally no spoiler I can give you right now because there is the total possibility that everything that happens could be reversed.
Yeah.
It's gonna be reversed. It's a comic book. It happens. This
there's
is what they do.
there's some time bullshit.
Have you heard
Time
that?
you want
right?
me.
Yeah.
Have you heard that phrase? Follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the contracts.
Yeah, exactly. There's a ton of things, and
Truth.
for a lot of people out there, there are definitely movies announced already that are sequels that will really require
Right.
some people to be there.
It's comic book stuff, dude.
Son of a
People
bitch.
die, they come back because some writer wants them to come back, so they wave their
Yeah,
wand.
but that
So they can
but
make
that
more money?
ending was like a real fucking bold move.
Dude, okay, but it's a bold move, but dude. They do that with comic books all the time, like when Captain
was
America.
Alright,
real
when
we
shit.
get
Hydra
it. You didn't
Cap-
like it. Stop complaining.
No, I
bro.
loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great, but I'm just
Oh,
surprised.
did anyone here not like it? I mean, not you,
Well,
obviously.
There's
you,
only
like-
2 that watched it.
I
loved
loved
it.
it.
2 out of
It
2.
was amazing. It was amazing.
No, I know. I understand what you're saying, but I don't know. It's just it's so funny.
Dude, it's gonna be so easy. There's some shit like they're in the Soul Stone.
so it didn't
get 'em out
affect
of
you in
the
any
Soul
way.
Stone.
What all the
Dude,
traumatic
as
stuff.
soon as the first person went out, oh, I got so excited. I knew that heads were gonna roll. I was just waiting to see the body count.
All right, yeah. Well, things happen in Avengers: Infinity War, and so of course that's still number one. However, it's at a 55.5% drop as far as like people going from the first weekend to the second weekend.
What?
The only thing that I have to say about that is that so many people went in the first weekend.
I went twice the first weekend.
It broke. Obviously, it is now the biggest opening weekend of any movie ever. So this drop is negligible.
What is
warning
that number?
period.
Can you read that number?
How much is made?
The total gross?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
453,107,350
Okay.
50 cent.
50
Which
cents.
movie? Has there been a movie
Somebody
that broke
wasn't
a
quite
billion?
sure if they were going.
Which movie broke $1 billion? Or half
No,
a
I'm-
billion?
I'm sure they have over time, but
this-
not in the opening
Overtime,
weekend.
not opening weekend though.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nothing opening weekend. However,
Yeah,
this
the-
is the largest opening weekend
Yeah.
Of all time.
of
It
all
was
time.
fire. I mean,
At
as-
$258 million domestically.
Because what I'm saying is, you're talking about not spoilers, but if you haven't seen the movie by now, you're living in a cave.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're living in a cave if you haven't
Or
seen the movie
you're
by
not gonna-
or
or
you're
you're-
or you're
or-
living at
or-
home with your kid.
Or
Yeah.
you have a
Congrats.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah, congrats to you guys.
Yeah, it's really not a kid movie
Thank you.
either.
Yeah. So I hear.
Especially when they're only like 2 years old.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
dress
that's
your
why.
kid up.
I mean, the kid next to us had to have been 6, and he was devastated the
That's
whole time.
terrible parenting.
Yeah.
I
That-
can't.
Tom
Well, no,
Holland
because-
was incredible
you know
in that
what?
scene.
My parents would have taken me to this movie if I was 6.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right? Like,
Yeah, I went to see
it's-
Jurassic
it-
Park when I
it's-
was about
oh,
that
me
age.
too. Me too. I mean, that wasn't a. It's not a fucking. It's not an error on their part. It's just. This is probably the darkest Marvel movie that's come out.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. It was only when I was first watching it, I was enjoying it, but when when Spider-Man
No spoilers.
So
When things happen.
when things happen, well, it made me sad. It made me sad. I can't say anything.
Well,
All right,
It
well,
made me
yeah.
sad.
Things happen. There's
things
that, whatever.
happen too.
Maybe we should do a full.
Solar
length,
Haze approves of Infinity
We
Wars.
should have, but I mean, yeah.
Solar Haze
50%
stamp
of Solar Haze
approval.
approves. of Infinity
Either
Wars.
way, however, it's a great movie, and if you're playing Fortnite, definitely go play Fortnite right now.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh my god! Literally, the reason that we're starting so late is because Ryan and myself were playing Fortnite the entire time before these guys showed up.
That's you, man.
What? You hijacked my TV and played Fortnite on Xbox.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Right now they have a crossover with the MCU.
I'm using the
where
time
you can.
stone to erase your memory.
All right, cool. You can jump in, and then the Infinity Gauntlet comes in, and you can beat Thanos in Fortnite.
Who kills a bunch of people in
Jeez,
Infinity War?
It's but that is a given. It's crazy. You can definitely play as Thanos if you want to play Fortnite.
I
It's
don't know.
amazing. It's so fun.
Let's do it.
I'm not
so
really
fun.
into it. I'm not really into it. It looks cool, but it kind of
Fortnite.
Well, you can go across the street to where I put the noose up and go hang.
Jesus.
You also have
With
to
the
remember
smoker
Ryan
scope.
does not like to have fun. The gentleman from Solar Haze
Oh.
doesn't like to have fun.
Wah, wah.
That's so funny. This
Fun's
Ryan
a bad word.
He's
to
at
him.
that
Ryan
cynical
doesn't like to have
age.
fun either.
I love fun. I just love
I know-
fun when
I
it's
know-
done right.
I know it
do
goes
it right.
against what they say. Girls just want to have fun, but
Okay.
No comment.
got one guy. That was my audience. I got
There
it.
you go.
But seriously, folks.
Hey, these are the jokes, people.
You can see him live real soon.
Yeah.
See
Right
him
there.
live real soon.
Number 2, we have Overboard. Wow. Okay,
What is
so
that?
This is a
can't believe that.
reboot
I
slash
haven't
remake.
heard of that ever at all.
This is a
You don't
remake.
remember the '80s movie with
Kurt
Goldie
Russell?
Hawn?
And Goldie Hawn?
Oh, they remade
It's a
that.
remake
Oh,
with
With
that's-
Anna Faris?
Anna Faris and,
And
some
some
unknown
random
guy. Yeah.
random dude that's
He's,
from Mexico.
That's
actually,
terrible.
He's a very
It's not
famous
Kurt Russell.
Mexican
Doesn't
actor.
matter.
Yeah, he's a
That's
Mexican
Just
actor.
not famous here.
Not really. He's a famous Mexican actor, though.
Yeah.
It's because the only reason why I know is because
Thanks, Trump.
my he didn't build the wall fast enough for you.
You let this guy come in.
My father-in-law is like super excited about this movie because it's a Mexican dude
Seriously?
from Mexico. Yeah, that he knows.
This is what I don't get, but at the same time I understand, and it's the weirdest thing because I'm like, I get that they're from your country, I get that you're getting representation. However, it's a stupid movie.
They don't care.
Everyone
bro.
in Mexico knows everyone, dude.
It was a great movie.
That's just how it is.
Well, he didn't know him.
In the
like,
80s,
he's just- he's
yeah.
But
familiar
I'm
with
talking
this
about
actor.
this. This looks
That's
horrible.
a movie that didn't need to be remade. But most
But
Nothing
it
movies,
needs to be
most
remade.
movies that are remade don't need to be
Well,
remade,
so-
but they do
well,
it
the thing
anyway.
But
is,
a
hey-
few a few of them you really are thankful for. So granted, this is not a movie. It is a great adaptation of the book, not a remake of the miniseries.
Yes.
Also, The Thing is like been remade like 4 times.
What?
Scarface is a remake actually.
Right,
They're
right.
doing another one. Like there's a lot of things that I'm like, oh, you did a good job. Which is why I'm fine with letting people do it. However, things like this where they did it and then I'm like, that's horrible.
But
Why did you do that in the first place?
Every
Like,
example you pulled out was from like 40 years ago.
Right. See, the thing is, there's a trend right now
It's a-
of
what's
happening
remaking
right
stuff
now.
because there's
Movies.
no new ideas.
Yeah.
I think that
Well, the argument is, go ahead, Garrett.
I think the argument is yeah. I'm sorry. I was gonna say that I think the main argument is that there are new ideas. However, so many people do not go and see these new movies,
The problem,
and that's the main thing.
Dude.
here's what happens.
I will break it all down for you. Go
Break
say
it all
your
down
thing.
for us.
Say
Hold
your
on.
thing.
Go for it.
Here's
Break it all
what
down.
happens: is that there are original ideas that get the green light for movies. However, they only give them this much of a budget, and they blow that budget on big time actors. So then they
Yes.
don't have a budget for marketing, and and so they get fucked because no one wants to see this movie that they've never heard of when they go to the theaters. And then they barely make enough money back to pay the fucking actors and the studios, and then that's it. No one ever wants to see that movie again.
Yes.
Yeah, and also a lot of people like literally just don't go see these brand new movies with even no-name actors that are amazing.
Dude,
Very few.
The whole reason that all these superhero movies are so popular is because Hollywood has no new ideas. And all these comic book, these are all like pretty much.
It's an endless supply.
These are pretty much already storyboarded out. Like this whole Infinity Wars thing.
It's
you
like
just
70,
fucking go-
70 years of
Yeah, it's
endless
It's all
material.
there. They
Exactly.
don't have to try. They just boom adapt it, and then they
I
shit
never
it out
thought.
big money.
I never thought Guardians of the Galaxy was going to be a fucking movie. I heard
Yeah.
about this weird fucking comic book from like the 70s, and I'd watch I would see it, and I was like, "That's lame."
Even
and then
people-
like give me a Spider-Man comic book, but then they made a movie about
Yeah.
this weird group of characters that is now a fucking box office.
Well,
hit.
it's just what's popular right now. I mean, eventually there has to be like a bubble that'll burst
Oh,
because
no,
it feels
but-
like everything is just.
It's
all
the
popular
Western
things are the
movies of our
comic book
generation.
movies gone.
But they're doing
Exactly.
them so
Exactly, yes.
well, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen Infinity War, but I mean, eventually there has to come a peak.
Sure.
You know, and it possibly could be Infinity War. I
Infinity
don't know
Wars
how it goes,
pushed
but
it. It pushed it at
it's-
least a couple more years. Infinity Wars.
Here,
I believe
I
we
think-
haven't reached that peak.
I
yet.
think we peaked. I think we peaked with Star Wars already.
Star Wars is dead. Let's skip that
Well, like,
subject.
in the 70s.
Do you mean peak from the 70s? Because these new Star Wars are trash.
That's what I'm saying.
no, the
Sort of.
Revenge of the Sith. That was the best.
I wouldn't say the best,
Oh,
but that
okay.
was
That
the
was
best
fire.
of the original trilogy or the prequel
Like
Very
I'm
trilogy.
kind of
cool.
like I'm
For
kind of
sure.
not in the mood to see Solo.
No, that
No,
movie-
actually,
Yeah.
a lot
I
of
still,
people
I
are.
still haven't went to see the last one.
I just watched.
Rogue
I just
One
watched
or the Last
Force-
Jedi.
I
the Last Jedi.
I
Is it-
don't see it.
About an
Preserve your
2
memory.
hours after it was released, I saw a spoiler on Facebook, and I was like, okay, I don't even need to
Oh,
bother.
You erase
yeah.
it from your existence.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't even need to bother seeing it. 'cause
And
know
I
what
wish I could do
happens.
the same.
It's
It
still
haunts
good.
me.
I had a good time watching it.
When it's on Netflix or
Yeah.
something like that.
I
then
watched
yeah,
it
I'll catch
online
it,
for
but-
free
Gotcha.
illegally.
He said he had a good time
and
watching it.
first time I watched it, it was I couldn't handle it.
What's that?
It w-
Force Awakens?
no, Last
The
Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
Yeah,
Didn't give you
I-
that.
I-
It's very
it-
difficult for
I-
people to
I-
digest.
after I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
Yeah.
And
It's
then
a hit or
then
miss.
then I watched it again a little bit
It's a
later,
miss
and I
and
was like,
miss.
"Okay, I kind of see where it was going," you
Yeah.
know. But still,
It was going into retardville. It doesn't know what the mark is. It
I
fucking
think
misses
I
everything.
think Luke's not dead. He was a force projection
Luke
the
is
whole
dead.
time.
spoilers, bro.
Oh,
And they're
there we
gonna, dude, they're gonna
I haven't
pull it
seen
out
it
of their
yet, man.
ass and bring it back as a Force Ghost. They're just gonna pull it. They're gonna erase. See, they did the exact same thing with this movie. Is they erased everything that happened in the first movie, restarted it, and the next movie they're gonna erase everything that happened in the second movie. It's fucking garbage. They're gonna bring Luke back as a Force
Where's your
Ghost.
call from Hollywood, bro?
What?
Everyone, I said
Are these
everyone.
writers hearing him right now?
I know
Come
everyone in
on.
Hollywood needs to call you right now.
Clearly.
Clearly, you know what's up.
Clearly.
I'm a hot commodity. No one's picking up on it.
Ryan's the negative guy. He just hates everything.
No, I love everything, and that's why it pisses me off when I see shit
That's
that's,
why
so
it pisses me off when I see things I like.
I don't like it, but I know it's garbage. I hate it. You guys,
hate flowers.
you guys don't you don't understand me.
Mother's Day? Fuck that. I hate
I get it.
greeting cards.
You don't understand his pain.
You see how better things should be, or they could be, and that's what pisses you off. They could be improved.
That's right. When we write songs, he's here to.
Oh, you're one of those people.
You were all like, if Ryan likes it, then it's a good song. If Ryan likes it,
I'm
it's
not
a
one
good
of any
song.
people. I'm my own person. Get out of here.
He's a reptilian.
Clearly.
So you're one of those guys that like just can't take something for what it is. You
No,
have to,
I
you have to
can't-
always try and think of other
no,
alternatives.
No. I can't. But when something is so blatantly off track, it's like, how can you not get
Okay,
frustrated?
okay.
by it?
okay.
According
Speaking
I
of
to
completely
you.
understand.
Speaking of off
The
track,
exact
we don't know exactly what you're talking about at this point. We were talking about Star. What are you talking specifically? You're talking about Star Wars? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just life, man.
He said that.
Talking about life, bro.
Okay.
All right, we're moving on. And
That
never.
was heated.
I'm not skipping all of this. Fuck this.
Good segue.
All right, cool. Going into what's moving on, or what's coming out this weekend, we have Life of the Party, new Melissa McCarthy movie.
Boo.
That looks-
Get it out of here.
looks
Send it
incredibly
back
fun.
home.
This
Sen-
one,
She was in Gilmore Girls, I think.
yes, no, actually, she was. That was where a lot of people liked her from. And
My
then,
girlfriend's been watching that. We've been watching it, and I was all like, "That girl's famous now, wasn't she?"
yeah, you want to know what's weird? I was like, I saw one episode of Gilmore Girls when my ex-girlfriend was watching it, and I was like, this is horrible. Why are
That's
they
what
doing
I
this?
said too. I'm all like,
And then she watched the second episode, and I was like, okay, wait, what happened?
Then you
Wait,
liked it.
keep
Yeah.
it going.
Hooked. Instant.
Wait, hold on, what's going on?
The next
And
episode,
then-
just
yeah, there's an episode. Okay, let me sit down. Okay, what's going on? Wait, Suki's doing what? And then what is going to... Okay, and then and you get it fucking hooked in. It's so good. I don't know
Sebastian
why.
Bach was on that show.
I asked her in passing what happened. I'm like, "Oh, keep me updated.
Why?
Keep me
Yes.
updated. I'm interested in the
Exactly.
story,
And
but
now
I
it's
don't
on,
need to watch
now
it."
it's on Netflix, and I've watched it 4 times, and I don't like that I have.
Oh no.
You guys are all falling into the trap. You're all falling into the
Netflix
girlfriend
is a
trap.
demon. It'll get you hooked.
It's ridiculous. So Life at the Party's coming out. Melissa McCarthy, who was Suki on Gilmore Girls, is in this. The trailers looked actually not bad, to be honest.
That's what trailers are supposed to do. They're supposed to.
I
make
saw the
movies
trailer and I
look
thought it looked really, really bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
It looked
been a
awful.
lot. I've seen worse. These are okay. These are whatever. Whatever. She's playing an old woman that is gonna have some physical comedy. And
good. Oh yeah. Oh,
That's
what a
really
new
a-
experience. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
She's the new
Uh,
Chris Farley.
No, she's not.
She's trying to
How
be.
dare
Don't even
you.
say that.
In
I'm
my
gonna
opinion-
smash this mic over your
No,
head.
she's trying to be, and so I
Yeah.
She's
she's
very funny. She's a great
trying to
comedian.
fill that gap.
She's a great comedian, very funny, but the movies she in are just so bland and predictable. And that's
Yeah.
a problem. A lot of comedy, it's things like The Hangover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it-
that
it's
sort of,
like
that sort of
lazy
set a
writing.
precedent for
Yeah.
what goes
Fun
after that.
fact:
It's just
Ross tried to be a comedian, or is a comedian. Does comedy.
I was like,
Fucking
we
left
got-
turn
we got
right
Ryan
there. What
right
the
here
hell?
who could skyrocket your career.
that's my alter ego. You're not meant to talk about that.
He's better than Melissa McCarthy. I can tell you that much.
He tells good knock jokes.
Hold the
You
fuck
should
up.
check that shit out, dude.
So Ryan. So are you a comedian? Have you done stand-up shows here?
No, I stopped not long after I got married.
Because she sucked all the humor out of your life.
Oh.
No, not at all. Just the
Take it
time.
Just the time.
Not at all. No, it was. I was playing music a lot, and then when I stopped doing that, I needed something to fill the void, and I'd been kind of writing comedy just for a long time, just jokes, like little scripts here and there, and I realized I wasn't going to be playing in a band for a while, so I just thought I'd give it a shot because the guy I was living with at the time, he went and done it. I thought, why not? And it's what it's like. It's different to being in a band. There's
Right, it's much easier.
Yes, surprisingly, it's a lot.
Don't have
easier.
equipment to load up.
Yeah, no, it's, you don't have
No gear, no egos.
exactly the egos. You don't have to worry about anyone else.
Yeah.
But it's the hardest thing. I think it's harder to actually step up and do it than it is to be on stage
Sure.
with a band. But when you get on stage, it's easier
Yeah.
because you've got the whole stage to yourself. You've got
Yeah,
the mic,
yeah,
you can
yeah.
do what you like.
Yeah, it becomes it's a crazy outlet. But
Have you ever bombed?
Definitely.
Have you ever had a big bomb?
Yeah. I mean, it's the shows I done. All of them went reasonably well, but there were a few jokes that didn't go down well, and I think it was just too much.
In what
'Cause-
direction? Racial? Was it
No, just
gratuitous?
dark.
Just
Dark, man, really dark.
Well, that's in nowadays.
Darkest of black.
That's in. That's in nowadays.
Well, that's the thing. That's a lot of people in Scotland. That's their humour. People like things that are. Well, Scotland's an amazing place to live. It's,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. The people are awesome, but there's a reality there with people that they realise that the chances of you having a really good life, like you see on the TV, isn't very high. So everyone's, it's like that. It's that optimistic pessimism.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like life's so let's have fun.
Yeah.
And people, it's like people say laughter's the best medicine. As cliche
course.
as it is, it's if you can make humor out of the worst situations, it makes things easier.
Sure.
That's what I think's best.
Yeah.
Like when I gave her speech at my grand's funeral, I tried to make it funny.
yeah.
Things because if you can't laugh at the worst situation, what's the point?
Exactly, which is actually
it's the best way to
it's a
get
great
over it.
mentality.
Sure.
I think. Yeah. Here it's different for whatever reason. Like for whatever reason, it's not even thought of as a good thing to do to bring light to a dark situation.
Yeah.
Dark situation.
But I'm more with you in that situation. Or I was like, if I'm in a funeral, I would rather hear the great things that
Yes.
happened in this person's life,
I
or
think-
the jokes
Yeah.
that you can bring
Yeah.
because of this person.
And I think
you know, I like that.
the reason funerals, especially in the States, are so somber and weird, dude. Like they gave me so much anxiety. Like I won't go anymore. Like, oh, Grandpa died. Cool. I'm not going.
I wouldn't go that far. So, like I said before,
I
like,
love how Melissa
Yeah.
McCarthy brought us to this.
Yeah, this is
Melissa McCarthy.
Fucking Melissa McCarthy, you bitch.
She's
You
got us
see?
talking about dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's how
Well,
bad
that's-
it is.
Well, that's how much of her movies are cancer.
Oh yes, there we go.
The blackness, the
right.
darkness.
You said it, so I didn't have to. Thank you.
As I said, Melissa McCarthy is very funny. It's just the movies she's in aren't that
Fatty
great.
Fall Down.
Like the remake
She's
of
not.
Ghostbusters. I mean, come on.
Poop.
No, I stuck up for
Power.
Melissa
She's a-
McCarthy a lot on the show.
She's poop.
I think she's
Some movies
funny,
don't
but
need to
I
be
agree. Like she's not in the best shit, and then but the thing is, she puts
Oh,
herself.
she's in shit.
but
alright.
she puts herself in those situations.
It does. I mean, it happens with a lot of comedians. Though they'll just go through a run of
They're
really poor
oversaturated.
movies,
It's-
and people just get sick of them,
Yeah.
or they're just not up to par.
But that's why the smart ones kind of they let them run their course and then they get out and keep
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
stand up. You know?
Yeah, somebody like Jim Carrey. I mean, I know he's went off the rails recently, but he
Yeah.
had the majority of his movies are pretty good. At the point they started to get a little bit stale,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he kind of bailed, which was a good thing.
Text your address for me. I don't know.
No, I know. You're moving it. Okay, now talk then, because podcast.
Anyway, Melissa McCarthy's new movie is gonna be shit. We're all agree on that.
Next topic.
No, actually, no.
Best of luck to her.
I look. I'm with you. I always get with comedic actors and comedians especially. Like, I'm always giving them the benefit of the doubt. And,
Yeah.
And with her though, it's exactly that's the Kevin Hart syndrome.
Yeah.
It's just everyone. You're hot
Exactly,
right now, and now you
exactly.
want to be in everything. But
Exactly.
also, it's kind of something that's ingrained in us to where it's the fucking luck's gonna run out. So
Yeah.
they think
Gotta
that they
keep
have
going.
to jump into everything
Exactly.
and say yes all the time because
Brendan Fraser.
Bruce Willis. Like he's one. I can't like. There's so many movies that you'll never see in the cinema in the UK, but I'll come over here and I'll look at somebody's
Yeah.
IMDb
So
or whatever.
many.
And there's all these movies I've never heard of before, but they've done reasonably well in the US, but they never even reached Europe
Yeah,
at all because
yeah.
actors just do so many little shitty movies
Nicolas
here and there.
Cage.
Oh yes,
He's
awesome,
he's
though.
literally in everything.
He's awesome.
He was.
Yeah, he's a great actor. In about one movie, everything else is pretty awful.
What was that movie? He just did an indie horror movie where the parents are killing the kids or something. There's like something that
What?
brainwashes them, and Nicolas Cage is one of them, and he's trying to kill his kids, and he's very big in that movie. But I hear, as he is, but I hear that it's actually a really good movie.
Okay.
The last movie I know of Nick Cage was what was it, Drive Angry? That was the most ridiculous thing I've
Dude, no,
ever
he's
heard
done
of.
so many like small time little ones. He's done this one where he's like a gangster, it's like a Netflix movie, and he's got this horrible mustache
prosthetic
and wig
yeah.
that makes him it looks like he walked into a costume shop and was like that and that. Put it on me.
Oh,
Put
I
it
love
on
him
me.
so much. He's the greatest actor of our generation.
Jesus Christ.
He's undervalued. He's the best. He's so
Anyway,
entertaining.
what's next, Garrett?
All right, let's get You guys like Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
I mean, sure, if you
Love
like
it,
excellence.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right,
Pretty
cool.
excellent.
That's
Dude.
something they do.
Excellent.
Did you guys grow up with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and their bogus
Yes.
journey?
Yeah.
Which
saw
one
them
was
both
the
in the
one where he
theater.
goes like time travels? Which
That's
one is
both.
that?
Always
Both.
time
Those
travel.
I have seen.
They're kind of they're the time travel journeys of our adventure. Yeah.
They time travel on both?
Bogus journey, they die.
They have a
Yeah,
type-
that's when
oh,
they
yeah,
go
they
to
die.
Spoiler!
And
They
they have
meet
to
death
fight
in those.
death.
I'm sorry, like 30
Thanos
years too
killed
late
him.
or some shit.
They fight death in Twister.
Yeah.
Fight Thanos.
Dude, that was my favorite shit is that they fucking played death in board games and Twister.
Yes.
And
Yes.
That
I
was
was
the
like,
best.
yes, that's how you beat them in a contest.
That was one of those things moving from the UK
yeah.
coming here because that was set in Vasquez Rocks.
Oh, yeah?
So going there, I'm like, holy shit, I saw this in the movie. That's a fucking trip.
It's
Whoa.
fucking Bill and
Vasquez
Ted.
Rocks
It's
was
Bill and
fucking
Ted
ex-
and
excellent.
Star Trek.
And Star Trek.
Well, and
Star Trek.
then Bill and Ted are from San Dimas High School.
That's right. We talked about that.
The characters or the actors?
And
In the
the
movie.
the water
Characters.
park
Oh,
with
it's all Bill-
Napoleon.
Ra-
San
uh,
Dimas
Raging
High School
Waters.
football rules.
Raging
Yeah.
Waters.
San Dimas High School
Raging
football team
Waters.
rules.
Woo!
Well, you guys
Talking
ready
over
for
each
another?
other.
You
Yeah?
want another?
Another
I mean,
what?
Sure. I
Another
guess.
Bill and Ted, bro?
Is it really? I mean, do we really
Yeah.
want it, or is it kind of
Oh,
sad at this
fuck.
point?
Full screen that. Full screen
It
that.
depends.
Nope. This was the best song ever written of all time because Bill and Ted.
Steve Vai, wasn't it?
Garrett doesn't know.
I don't know.
Garrett does not know musicians. Yes.
Nope, but Bill and Ted.
I can't listen to things, and so you know,
What?
my headphones are fucking.
Oh, you're fucked?
It's just this cable. I have both the bad cables, so you guys can fucking.
Ryan's
Whoa, was that
sacrificing a
Solar
lot.
Haze?
Yeah, Ryan's sacrificing a lot right now for everyone right now.
Yeah.
So this is essentially the best song in the world.
This is tribute by Tenacious D. Excellent to each other.
No.
Okay, we did it. Okay, we got it. All right, buddy.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
Can't
yeah,
stop the
right,
rock.
we got it.
I
Okay.
am
Stop
bringing
the
it
rock.
down for multiple reasons. One of them being that Facebook will copyright this video if I let it play for longer than like 30 seconds. So,
Well, good thing
I
is
think
it
it's more like
sounds
14, but
It's a good thing is it sounds like shit on Facebook.
yeah, maybe. Okay,
right,
cool.
you can't hear it anyway, right, James?
Yeah.
I've been listening to Kiss lately.
Dude, okay, so this
So,
is
thank
literally
you
my
for that.
favorite Kiss song, dude, in all honesty. Like, I don't really care for Kiss, but
Yeah.
I will fucking swear by this intro to about this point that I love this song,
It's a
and
good
I will
song.
play it, and then I'm like, I'm done.
Love Gun and Detroit Rock City. And
I
that's it.
love Gun. That's what
I
I was
like
going to say.
everything from Kiss, except
Deuce
for
or
their
Strutter.
obviously shitty
Not a
albums.
big
Except for their
fan.
fucking weird Jewy. Sorry.
Hey,
Racist!
Hey, hey.
y'all can't say that.
Hey.
Okay.
Open the floodgate. Let's bring it out.
These fucking merchandise geniuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, they are all.
Jews.
Jesus,
You
guys.
said it, but yeah.
What? Oh, why is everybody throwing it on me? Because everyone's thinking it and I'm the only one that's going to say
Is this
it?
what we're hating
No,
on now?
Because Ryan's a
I'm
racist.
No, I'm
I'm just anti-Semitic. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm not racist. I just hate
Except
Jews.
he's also not
I
kidding.
never showed up.
I'm just kidding.
Also, the views of Ryan D are not reflected by Humpcast, so please do not message us. You can go to Ryan D at
I'm
hitthemics.com.
just saying.
Hey, Ryan Paula either.
Yeah, either of them.
Direct your hate at him.
Come on.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
take
They
some of the
became
heat.
they became action figures so they could be action figures. That's what they fucking did.
Dude, look at Gene Simmons right now. Look at where he's at. He's in the Empire.
Yeah.
That's not a coincidence.
That was the goal.
You didn't
the
come out
the
of
goal wasn't
nowhere.
to play rock and roll and party,
Yeah,
play rock and party
obviously.
every day. That wasn't the fucking goal, dude.
No, it wasn't. That's why they
The
started
goal
off
was
in
to write
costumes.
hits, come up with chicken chains, and fucking, what they have? They have Rock and Brews now, so now they have a restaurant chain. And now, dude, they own everything.
Kiss coffins.
Yeah, Kiss Coffin.
So Dimebag was buried in.
Kiss condoms.
They own
Kiss
your
golf. I
afterlife.
played Kiss Golf when I was in Vegas.
Kiss Golf was pretty dope, though.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
But fuck Gene Simmons, though.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Hey, Gene. You're all right.
Yeah.
You're all right.
That's
In case
You're
you're
a cool
watching,
guy,
Gene,
Gene.
we like you.
Let's play some.
If you want to tour with us, we don't really mean any of this. It's just for
Yeah,
the,
I mean,
it's just
it's
entertainment.
just
You
entertainment.
get it.
Let's play some shows. Kiss. Solar Haze and Kiss. Sell out some
Exactly.
stadiums.
Also, if you're into Bill and Ted, they have a third movie that has now been officially greenlit.
Bill and Ted, Kiss.
Lukewarm.
Wait, wait, what?
What?
So they have a third. Wait, you kind of.
But it is called
Third
Bill
movie?
and Ted Face the Music, and
Yeah.
the subtitle is pretty interesting. What's gonna happen?
So they
Yeah.
actually have to
They're going to
record
be
an
old.
album.
They're going to have kids.
Here's what's going on. So the synopsis, at least thus far,
They got to hurry up in the fucking mixing process and
Yeah.
get that shit out finally.
is that Bill and Ted are now middle-aged men who have not written the song that would change the world like they said they would in the first movies.
Future.
The future. And they're now pretty much deadbeat kind of dads, family men, and like they just really haven't changed the world how they were supposed to do.
Premise.
Even though that song right there, what we just listened to, was the best song in all the world. They didn't write that song yet. And
Well, no, Kiss did.
no, they didn't. And so this is now what's going to happen. However, there are
Probably
a few,
didn't either. Anyway, go ahead.
a few obstacles that you got to overcome. One, and probably my biggest thing, is the passing of
George Carlin.
George Carlin, and
That's
who-
going to be the hardest thing.
yeah, and so he was their mentor. Are you gonna recast him, Rufus, or you're gonna make his character somewhat, or
He's
give him a
Rufus.
That's-
make him
That's
dead.
difficult. Yeah, for me,
He got
what are you
lost
gonna
in the
do?
time stream.
well, George Carlin's one
dead.
of my all-time favorites, and it'd be difficult to
Do a
see him
digital George
portrayed.
Carlin.
That's what I thought like they done in Star Wars with Peter. Was it Peter Cushing?
Yeah.
It was just a digital image of him.
Yeah.
Could
Oh,
be
yeah.
done.
Rogue One.
Could be done, but to recast him would be a little crazy.
No.
But they can't, I feel like it's difficult without him as well.
I think they're gonna figure something out to where it's like they Rufus has died.
Yeah, it's so
obviously.
easy to
Yeah.
write that away. That's why
Yeah.
they.
But they've
that's
got
why
a
they're
time
deadbeats.
machine, so Rufus never dies.
Well, they don't
See,
have
there-
time machines.
a hole in the third movie already.
They don't
There
have
we
the
go.
time machines personally. It comes to them.
That comes to them.
That's true. I
Rufus
they come from
gave
the
it to him.
future.
That's right.
From the future.
That's why they're deadbeats.
They
That's why
can.
they're
I think they
deadbeats.
can easily write around it. However,
yes.
the fact that both Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter, of course, is on board. 'Cause I don't know what the fucking last thing is, but
Bill
fucking
and
John
Ted
Wick, bro.
3.
John Wick's like, I don't need shit, but he's super down for this, and I'm super down as well because I loved both Bill and Ted movies.
Yes.
Yes.
We all
A-
did.
and-
We all did.
And it's actually ingrained in me because one of my nicknames, not my proud nickname, for those of you who may have seen me or have known me in person, I have a large posterior. My nickname growing up was Station. I had a station butt. Yeah, because I had a
There are
giant
athletes who would kill for a big butt.
I had a giant booty.
Dude, you need
I
that.
still
big
have
some
it.
You need that
Instagram
big butt
models that
to
would kill
jump.
for
You
a
need
big
that
butt.
big butt to run. I wish I had a bigger butt.
Yeah,
Big
I
butt
wish it was
to
just
sit
a little
on.
bigger, not too much bigger, but just a little bit.
I got that station booty.
Like
And I'm proud of
Kardashian
it.
style.
I'm proud of it now, bro.
Did the girls call you that? or
Actually,
did the
someone,
guys call you that?
somebody
I have
just
a-
called
I
you
have a
that on.
small-
Guys?
I have a small
did they?
bit.
Yeah, some
I have
Linda.
a small butt, but a massive cock, though. So I think we're.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Is there? Are there
Garrett
people
got
commenting
his
on
nickname
this?
Station. Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
get a
yeah.
live
Look at
QA
that.
going. Let's get a live QA going. Ask
Okay.
us.
How
Ask Solo Hayes a
we got
question.
two people walking.
for-
this way.
Solo
We'll
Hayes a
a-
question.
two people that are watching. Ask us a question. We'll answer.
Go
it.
for it. Go
Come
for
on,
it.
eh? Ask us a question, eh?
Hey. All right then.
All right, in.
Yeah. Why are we Australian? Okay.
I don't know. Let's hear you. Let's hear your
It's
Scottish
the only,
accent, though.
That's the only accent.
All right.
this
I'm
thing
gonna
can
go. I'm gonna go. Character of Scottish. This is fat bastard essentially. It's like I'm just gonna go into the next
We're
board.
going offensive.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. So what did I do? I did this one. Never mind. And did that one. Did the Bill and Ted. Now we're going to the next one. All right then. You guys like Tenacious D?
It was a good movie.
Tenacious D.
Not bad.
Tenacious D is actually one of my favorite bands, and my favorite band is also containing one of my favorite actors. His name is Jack Black. Jack Black is an amazing singer. He's also an amazing guitarist. Is that-
Not bad.
Thank you.
Not bad. At
I
all.
feel it.
Not bad. At all.
Braveheart.
Thanks.
I like
Braveheart.
it. I like it.
Oh, I'm not going that far.
Do
You can do
groundskeeper
Sean
Willie.
Connery's the easiest.
No, yeah.
Oh, Sean Connery. You can do Sean Connery.
I'm really drunk
Play
right now.
Sean
Hold on.
John's one.
It
Here
legit-
on the Humpcast, it's Sean Connery.
Hello there. Hello there, Money Penny. Ready? I'm going to show you now. We have Jack Black, and he is one of the sexiest motherfuckers I've ever met.
I love it.
You're
I
kind
love
of
it.
you're going Nelson Mandela a little bit there.
A little bit, but I tell you right now, we got rain
See,
fire.
you see how he starts strong? You see how he starts
Start strong.
and then like
it's
and
like
then he
a,
dips into another.
it's like a lot of Marvel
Yeah.
movies.
The
Start
dr-
strong
yeah.
and just tails off.
the drunker I get, the harder
It's
it
like
is
having
for
sex
me.
with me.
Oh,
Starts strong, just tails off.
Yeah, no, like that. I'm actually pretty good when I'm sober. When I'm drunker,
Yeah.
it's harder to keep it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Either way, did you guys see Tenacious D: Pick of Destiny?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course we did.
Yeah. So
I
now,
love that movie. So underrated.
so
dude.
bad.
So
I-
many-
It's amazing.
So good.
yeah,
bad.
It's fun,
It
but
bombed in the movie
Yeah.
box office so
Yeah,
bad, but
I didn't see it for like quite a few years after. I was way behind on
Oh,
it. It
really?
must have been about 5 years or so. And I was like,
Well,
how
I
the
mean-
hell did I miss this?
so did you ever?
so funny. Yeah.
When's the first time you heard Tenacious D?
Oh, it was, I mean, like early 2000s. I mean, this song was super, super fucking popular when I was a teenager.
Oh, absolutely. Us too. Like
well,
in
this
Well,
video
we used
came
to
out.
we used to go to an under 18s metal club. You know, and this was every night. This was played, and everybody would be when the it kicks into the everybody would be on the knees.
This is the first song we've ever heard, and then since then, literally every Tenacious D song has just been an anthem for us as kids. So I mean, like "Fuck Her Gently" has been the sing along thing that once it drops, everyone stops whatever the fuck they're doing and just sings along to that.
Yep.
Like literally Tenacious D, because it's
the roadie recently has been my favorite. You guys didn't listen to? Did you hear the Rise of the Phoenix? And, dude, the roadie is my favorite on that fucking album. The video's so good too. Have you seen the video for that one?
I've never actually seen that.
You never seen the video for? It's got Danny McBride in it for roadie.
No,
dude, I went to see Motorhead, and Tenacious D did a surprise. They did a surprise drop-in where Jack Black was dressed as his character from Brutal Legend, the video game.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh,
And
that's
so he
fire.
had the muscles, and he was a roadie for Motorhead. So
Just
he was
like in the fucking game.
I'm front row for Motorhead, and fucking Jack Black is did I say Lemmy? So Jack Black is running around as a roadie for Motorhead with his muscles as the guy from fucking Brutal Legend. He's got these spec muscles in. And then Tenacious D plays roadie, and then Motorhead kicked in. It was the fucking greatest thing of all time. It was awesome.
R.I.P. Lemmy.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Lemmy.
Keith Emerson was a roadie for Lemmy.
Was he?
Really?
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know that.
yeah. When Keith Emerson would play his fucking his keyboards and shit, he would stab a knife into it, and the knife he got that knife from Lemmy.
Really?
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Fun fact. There's a little fun fact. I love the LP.
Sometimes you got to say, hey, I'm gonna fuck you softly. I'm gonna screw you gently. I'm gonna hump you sweetly. I'm gonna ball you discreetly.
It's a good song.
I love how you have the lyric video up too.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's for everyone that.
Garrett
This
loves-
is
Did some
probably
karaoke.
I'll say this.
Garrett's half Chinese, so he loves karaoke, guys.
Yes, also true. However, literally,
What
this
are
is
these
one of the first
lyrics?
songs that I've literally learned all of the words. That's cool with
I
me.
totally
It's
thought you were
not
gonna
my
put on
favorite,
Roadie after
but
I
I
said the
prove
music
it
video
to
for Roadie is
you.
pretty dope.
What's your favorite dish? I'm not
Gonna
gonna
cook
cook it, but I'll order it from Zanzibar. And then
You know,
I'll
guys
fucking
don't know this?
love you completely.
No,
What?
Tenacious D
I've
guys.
never heard this
I think
song
you're. I
before.
think
You've
you're
never
actually
heard
just.
this?
I think
No.
they're. I don't know what age you guys. What age are you? If you don't mind saying on air, what
Oh no,
age
no,
you
no,
are.
no. Wait,
If you're not, what age are you?
I'm 28. We're both 28.
28.
We're
See, I think it's
So in
just
high school,
I
this
just
is
think
the
it's
shit.
a few years because I'm close. Like I'm a little bit older than you guys, but I think you just
I'm
missed.
just a couple of years behind. I watched Tenacious D when it came out. I loved it. I
no,
was
but
on the
we
train.
heard they were a band.
I heard
before
this album
before
three-
Oh,
Pick
I
of
know
Destiny
that.
came out.
I know that. I know
They
that.
had they had
Yeah.
shorts
I
on
think you guys
HBO.
missed it
That's
just
when
by
I
a
discovered
few
them,
years
bro.
though. Like when they had a few years where they were really like super popular. And it's, you know,
That's I want to
they'll
say
never go, but it was a couple of
2000
years. It was like that. Was the shit.
2006 to
I
like the
didn't
end
miss
of the
that.
teens
No,
would
not
probably
even
be
that.
there.
That.
there.
Way
We
before that.
didn't miss that.
You
When they
missed
were-
it.
No, we didn't. Dude, when they were in Guitar Hero, their peak.
Oh, yeah,
we
they're
didn't
on
miss
there.
This was
that.
No, that
before
was
Guitar
way
Hero.
before that.
Way before Guitar Hero.
Yeah,
man.
but you're gonna say they're at their peak before that.
Like 2004.
No, I was saying no. They had a couple of years where like when this song came out, and it
Oh.
was like they were like they hit the peak.
At the
Not
top
the
of
peak,
their
but
game?
it went for a few years like any band. They were super
Uh-huh.
popular, but it tails off after a while. They'll always have the fan base that they built from there, but they'll never get back, to that level.
Yeah. However,
And
I mean,
Pick of Destiny was their follow up to that era.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's
but
about
it was, but it was late.
that.
It was
it's all
too
ab-
late.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, the whole
It was
Pick
still
of Destiny
awesome,
is
though.
like the story to that song,
Right.
essentially.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So then it's part two. What's that? What is it
And
gonna be about?
Pick of Destiny came out in. Oh, it actually came out in 2006. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Oh yeah,
That's
it was way
12
earlier.
years ago.
That was
Holy
crazy.
Shit. Were you like
So actually,
5 then?
Yeah. So
That was 12 years
I
ago.
was 13. I was 13.
I was
You're older than us,
16.
I was
We're lucky enough to have been born in
Steven-
in a
Steven and
in
I
a-
are the
in a
same
10
age, right?
year-
How old are you?
So we're in 1990. So
Yeah,
every
I
year
was-
after that
26?
we know our age because it's like
26,
91 we're 1.
27 in
2006 we're 16.
Oh, so
I was 27, 28 when that came out.
Cool.
I'm old.
Cashing these checks, man. So old.
so old. I fucking
25 and
I-
hating it.
My aunt
Right
burned
here.
me
I
that
wish I was
CD
25 again.
when I was 12. She's like, "You're gonna like this. I know it." She gave it to me, and it was like it was the best thing. I was 12 years old, and I was like, played it in my CD player. I was like, "This is the fucking dopest thing ever."
Yeah.
They're talking about cocks and stuff.
And as we know, Ryan
Good comedy music.
Yeah,
very
Ryan,
much so.
Ryan loves cocks, exactly. All right. So they're coming out with a new movie, and Jack Black, of course, he's always been a great star. Just coming off of the really incredible success of Jumanji. Did you guys see that?
Yes, loved it.
And
it was
and
hilarious.
yeah, I'm like, it's so funny because like this is not one of those movies. It's like, oh, this deserves an Oscar. However, it was so fun to go watch.
Except for the
this.
piss scene. When they
Uh,
were teaching the
yeah,
gender bent chick how to piss.
I
That
mean,
was
yeah.
so weird. Oh
Like I
my
said,
god.
it's still a popcorn movie, but it's actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Me too. I thought it was gonna be a cheap knockoff.
Yeah, so he's shooting for a new Tenacious D movie, and I'm in because I love everything they put out. That's one of the few things I'm like, it's campy, it's fun, whatever, but I actually like all the songs that they put out, and the skits too.
Yeah.
Those are fun. Fucking drive through. I can't order McNuggets without being like, I want 4 chicken McNuggets. Like, what? You said 20. I'm like, I'm sorry, I was quoting the line.
Stick 2 nuggets and shove them up your ass.
Shove them up your ass.
Cherries Jubilee, and that was it. All right, cool.
We go half Coke,
Have
Diet Coke. So
And
I'm
I
trying
swear
watch
to
my
God,
calorie
as,
intake.
as someone who does bartending and serving, so when someone does that and people do that, I'm like, I gotta hold it in. I gotta hold it in because I'm
You're just like you're trying to watch your calorie intake.
because like they have no idea. They're like rich fucking white people, and I'm like they have no idea if I say, oh, you're trying to watch your calorie intakes. You're going half Coke, half Diet Coke. They don't
doesn't
get
make
it.
any sense.
No, they don't get it.
I get
People are
it.
wild.
I get
man.
it.
People are wild.
No, I get it. I'm
People
just
are
trip-
fucking
I'm
lame.
just tripping out that people will be that dumb.
Yeah, people will be
You'd be
that
surprised.
privileged.
I am
that's-
surprised.
You'd be
Super
surprised.
privileged.
I know people are privileged, but holy shit.
Yeah,
Half Diet Coke, half
Good.
Coke.
I've only lived here for 5 years and I've experienced incredibly strange things such as that.
Yeah, there's some weird shit.
There's some strange people here that want some strange things.
Yes.
Or they
Yeah.
expect
Well,
like,
here's the
like
thing.
rim
anything,
jobs.
anything they want.
This is what
That's
I
normal.
That ain't weird,
That's-
baby.
That's not
Yeah,
weird.
I'm
That's
kidding.
That
normal.
ain't
Any
weird.
public park
That's
late
what
at
I-
night.
That's like
here.
a weekend thing.
Here it's not weird, so they feel open to being saying it. I
Yes.
figure many people still think about it, but they're like, that's stupid. I should not say that. Here we're like, I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Then they say that. So that's why I'm like, okay, I get it. The age that we're in, the era that we're in, the area we're in the United States, people can now see the crazy that's been going on forever and still goes on.
Mm-hmm.
However, here, this is where the magnifying glass is. You
Yes.
can say how stupid
Yeah.
you are or
Yes.
brilliant. To be honest, I mean it's not, it's not discriminative against that.
non-binary.
But there's so many
Mostly
people that are stupid
Yeah.
Mostly
that
stupid.
just shout it out. Spit
Well,
it
definitely
out,
feel like
vomit it out.
Stupid people are the loudest.
Well, yeah, it's here
Yes.
definitely the
And I heard the
you know,
most.
the saying, the customer is always right. It's taken too far here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like elsewhere there's a limit, but here I've seen
Yo, you're fucking
some
dumb.
people just expect
No.
everything
Yeah.
given to them.
Totally.
Yeah. There needs to be a line. Something needs to be slapped every so often.
Definitely.
Bring back that.
We
I,
need a professional slapper. So it's
Yeah.
like, you're a fucking
Walmart
idiot.
should
I,
employ
I think we have one in office, actually, a professional slapper.
a pussy slapper. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so, yeah.
Someone needs to slap him.
This show's for kids. You can't say that kind of stuff.
All
For
right.
kids. Oh shit.
Cool. All right. So
Oh.
that was the end of my stories. I want to thank our guests, of course, Solar Haze.
Thank you. Thank you.
Solar
Thank
Haze.
you.
Thank you,
for
people who
coming
watched
in.
to the end. Thank
Solar
you.
Haze.
Absolutely, and thank you all for listening as well. Thank you for watching.
What are the links everyone can find you on again?
Yeah, dude, check out Solar Haze.
We're on
Solar-
Facebook, Solar Haze Band.
And then on Bandcamp, solarhazeband.bandcamp.com. We got an Instagram, solarhaze_, the one with the line at the bottom.
Yeah.
Haze. That's how you find us
That's
on
what it's
Instagram.
called.
Check it out. We're posting pictures of like the stupid stuff we do.
All
every,
their dicks.
every day, every other
Penis
day.
pictures, lots. Yeah.
Shit
Mostly
like
just
that.
balls, actually. No penis.
Shows coming out, albums out. Good stuff is happening. Things are happening.
Lots and lots of shows.
This next song, you guys gonna play another song right now?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Coven.
This song we drew power from Electric Wizard. We're like, let's just write a nasty
Nice.
fucking song. Let's just write a fucking ugly song.
Yeah, nice.
And this is what happened. It's called Coven.
Yeah, so definitely check out the music. You've heard 2 of them here. After you heard this, I want to
And
thank
they'll
you
be.
all.
Let's hold on. Let's say the cities real quick that you'll be hitting before we.
So if you like this, you want to hear more.
Beijing,
listen to
Toronto,
this.
If you like this
Shanghai.
place,
Yeah.
if you like what you hear and you want to hear some more places, we're playing at
May 17th in Long Beach, May 25th in Laguna Niguel, May 26th in Riverside, May 31st in L.A., June 1st in Spring Valley, just outside of San Diego, June 2nd at the Doll Hut in Anaheim, June 9th at Fern Cocktails in Long Beach with High Priestess, and also with High Priestess at June 12th at the Viper Room in Hollywood. And closing it out so far, July 3rd at the Rainbow.
Remember, each of these shows has free pie.
Oh shit!
He said it, not us.
I mean, no, wait.
That's
I have
this
to bring
guy.
pie
We
now.
don't
That's
offer up
this
your
guy.
wife that way. I'm just kidding.
Nah. So check out this next song and hope you guys dig it.
And then I gave her some. That
That
We
is
worked really hard on that song, dude.
That wasn't it. That was sorry. That was different. Thanks, guys. Bye.